Hello everyone. Today's question again from the semiconductors is the electron concentration in an n-type semiconductor is the same as the hole concentration in the p-type semiconductors. If an external electric field is applied across each of them, compare the current in them. And the four options are given below, and we have to compare the currents where it is greater, where it is smaller, whether it is equal in both of sides, and all these options are given. Four options are there, and the answer is if you know the concept of mobility, generally denoted by the mu. If it is for electrons, then mu e, and if it is for holes, then mu p or mu h. We know from the basics of semiconductors that mobility is the ability of a charge carrier to move in the material, how easily it can move inside the material. And we all know that mobility of electron is always greater than the mobility of hole in semiconductors, because both holes and electrons are participants of current in the semiconductor. And if we know this concept that mobility of electrons is greater than mobility of holes, and we also know from this definition that if the mobility is greater for the electron, then the current due to the electrons is greater in the semiconductors than the option here given from these four options. Then the option number D, that's current in the n-type semiconductor, is greater than the current in the p-type semiconductors, because in n-type semiconductor the majority charge carriers are electrons, in p-type semiconductors the majority charge carriers are holes, and we know that the mobility of electrons is greater than mobility of holes. So the answer is D. And we must also keep it in mind that the mobility of electrons in a silicon crystal is 1400 centimeters square per volt second, and in for holes in the same crystal, silicon crystal, it is 450 only centimeters square per volt second. So we can here compare, it is almost three times that of holes. The mobility of electron is almost three times that of holes. So more will be the current where there is more mobility of charge carrier. So the answer is D part, and thank you. And keep it in mind, yeah, this question was asked in the NEET 2020.